Hello guys, welcome back. Last time we analyzed pound JPY, right? So I'm just gonna give an update and then we're gonna be looking at gold a bit. So let me just start on the bigger time frame. Okay, so last time when we analyzed on the pound JPY, we were right at the top around this area. So what happens ever since then? We saw a pound retracing, which is something that we expected. We saw because before that we expected a market to start pushing up around this price around 172.094. And afterwards, we were expecting a retracement, which we did see in this case, which came exactly right here. So, what we expected was the market, it's either to come around this area right here or to come all the way down around this area right here, which was around the price of 167.926. So we took an advantage in that as we broke it down to 30 minutes, which the 30 minutes time frame. Let me just do this very quick. The 30 minutes time frame, we saw it breaking down or going all the way down to our target was around the price of 169.4, which it went all past that. Then after coming to this level right here, we started to see some rejection. Let me just zoom in a bit. We saw a rejection around this area right here, as we saw also with this candle. Then we started to push up. So as we can see that we're starting to create some lows, new lower lows and lower highs, right? Then afterwards we started to move going up. So as soon as we saw this, as we saw a rejection around this area right here, which was on a 30-minute, 1 hour time, 30 minutes time frame. Then we went up to 1 hour time frame because we tried to cancel a bit of noise. So we came right here, we saw the same rejections. Then afterwards, we saw a market starting to break the high of this rejection right here, going to this around this area right here. And then we started to see a market going down again, creating a new high. That was a bit of some clues that okay, now we want to change the direction because already we were expecting a market to start moving up, right? So we were just waiting for an opportunity on what we can expect. So we see this trend line right here. We broke we broke this high right here and created a new one, and then created a new higher low, then started to break even this one. Soon as we broke this one, we saw a market coming back down again, failing to break this one. Then we were waiting for this price right here to be broken again, which was around 169.155. So as soon as we saw that being broken, we were waiting for a market to see how exactly it's going to react when it comes to this price. We saw this candle right here. Let me just zoom in a bit. We saw this candle getting rejected right here, so that's where now we found our entry on this one, this candle right here, as it spiked right here. So as we were expecting a market to go up, it went up straight to our target and even past that. So what's next on the pound JPY? So right now on the pound JPY, because the overall movement, we're expecting a market to start moving up. So we're gonna go to a 4 hour time frame. On a 4 hour time frame, let me just do this a bit. Uh, on a 4 hour time frame, as we saw that we just broke this high right here, the lower high right here, and then afterwards we created a new one. So we may expect market to start moving down a bit. Let me just add this. We might expect a market to start moving down a bit and then create probably up until this price right here around this area. If not that, then we're gonna expect the market to probably come around this area before we start moving all the way up, right? So being precisely, if we are to reject and start moving down a bit, we're gonna expect the market to come around this area right here, which is around the area of 169.15. Then afterwards, we're going to expect the market to start moving up again. So if we are to move up, the next target that we're going to be looking for is around this area right here. The first one, I would say for intraday, is going to be around this area right here. As we saw the market on a as we can see right here, the market was rejecting this price right here. As we can see right here, it rejected around this area, and afterwards it broke it. Same this side, we can see that it attempted to go down, but it was unable to break it. Same as right here. So as we can see, when we finally broke it, we needed more momentum for it to start breaking, going down. So we can see that it's not a level that can easily be broken. So we can expect the market to start to move to this price right here. When we start moving, going up, then the next target, where after breaking this price, we're going to expect the market to move around this area before we create a new high. So going on a daily time frame, okay, going on a daily time frame, we can see that the market is still creating a new highs and lows, right? So even if we are to go down a bit, we're gonna be the only time we're gonna say we're changing a trend would be if we are to break this low right here. As long we haven't broke this low right here, even if we are to go down, but we wouldn't expect the market to break this low. We would expect the market to keep on pushing up and start to create a new high until we reach around this area of 173.7. So then afterwards, we're gonna see how the market reacts towards that level. As we can see that on a weekly time frame, we closed with the rejection right here. We rejected from this price going all the way down. So we can have some confidence on that on based on the reaction of the market that is still to go up, right? So the next one that we're going to be looking at, which is the trade that we took on Friday, was gold. On gold, it was just an intraday trade. So what we saw on gold, let me just do this. What we saw on gold, we saw a market starting pushing up. Then afterwards, we came back. We saw this rejection right here, and then we took it as double top right around this area. Then afterwards, as we saw the market starting to fail to push up again, we broke it down to a 30 minutes time frame. As we saw that on a 30 minutes time frame, it's starting to want to create a new lows, right? So after starting to move like this, we saw this rejection around this area right here. We saw this rejection, so we waited for it to start so that it can break. Then we can confirm based on this price right here, which is the price of 2036.23. So we saw based on this price right here that okay, now it's time to go in with the sell. Because reason behind that, with the reason on the specific price, we can see the rejection that it has on this price right here, same as this one. Then the only time when it broke this level was a bit of a momentum. Then afterwards it started to open up with a gap going down. Then there was a big gap on this one going up, then started to push. Even when we attempted to go below it, we went back inside even right here, and also we can see that right here the rejection. So right here, as soon as it broke right here, we waited for the market to close below it. Then afterwards, it came back to retest this price right here, which is spiked above it. So uh, our our stop losses were around this area based on the rejection that we can see around this area right here on this candle. So we put our stop loss based on that. So we were expecting a market to obviously start moving down, which around the time of the NFP, which I totally forgot about it until I saw the market moving very fast. So it started to push all the way down, and also our target was based on uh, this level right here, this length right here, this range right here. So we looked at this range of the double top, and also the neckline of it. And then afterwards, we measure it based on that. That's when we found our target, and our target was hit, and it went a bit past it. So right now, we can see a market reacting towards this price right here. You can see the market starting to react around this price right here. We are gonna wait and look at it and how exactly we're gonna be going about it. As we can see, sorry about that. Okay, as we can see that this price right here, yeah, it's been rejecting even previously. So even right now, it started to reject. So we're gonna see, yeah, how exactly it's gonna act. Are we gonna be looking at the market to go down again, or we gonna start breaking? It's gonna see a bit of a consolidation then before we come back around this area right here, and then probably spike a bit before we start moving a bit down. So if we're gonna go to a daily time frame. Actually, I'm going to start on a weekly time frame with this one. So we can see a rejection 1, 2, 3, right, on this level right here. So the first rejection was on 2023 August. Then on that month, on that week actually, yeah, around the 3rd of August. Then afterwards, the second rejection was 2022 March 7th. So right now, as we can see, we started to reject again. So we can possibly see the market started to push down as long we're playing above this price, as long as we're playing below this price right here. As long as we're playing below this price right here of 20, 34, we can see a market started to play below it and be between around this price and also going down to 1913. But another thing that we shouldn't forget, we also created a new high on this one. If we go to a daily time, even to a 4-hour time frame, just to be clear, let me just remove this range right here. Just remove this. So we can see a market spiked above this level right here. So we already created a new high right here. So we can eventually see a possible upward move going all the way up, because on a monthly time frame, we shouldn't forget we're still on an uptrend, and also we created a new higher low, and also we broke this high right here and created a new high right here. So we can still possibly see a market starting to move up, going all the way to the top, right? If we are to go all the way up, let me just do this. If we are to create a new high, we're gonna expect a market to move going to, let me just go above this like this. Okay, we're gonna expect the market to go around that area of 1 where 2151. That will be our target for it if it is to go up, right? But we all gonna wait for a confirmation on that. And also the first target will be on around the price of 2112.86 before we see any other price being reached. So for now, we're just gonna be monitoring it for an intraday. We're just gonna monitor it on it for an intraday to see that are we eventually gonna break this level right here. If we are to break this level, then we're gonna expect the market to come back to this price right here before we can decide on any other movement. Also, don't forget we always wait for confirmation when it comes to this. So, and also as we can see, we broke above this consolidation right here. Hopefully we're gonna be staying above this consolidation and be above this price right here of around the price of $2,000 per ounce. So that will be it for now when it comes to the pound yen, and also let's just look at this a bit. Okay, let me just look at it. Okay, let's go a bit on a dollar index, right? Should I have this? Oh, let me just go for this one. Right. So on the dollar index, as we can see right here on a weekly time frame, we can see a market. It got rejected around this level right here, and then afterwards it started to move down. So we can see that the US dollar index, which is actually the Dow Jones, we can see a Dow Jones dropping all the way down to this price right here. That is what we can expect the market to start creating a new low right here and starting to go back to this level right here. Then if we go straight to the dollar index, because I like to focus more on the dollar index trade. On the dollar index, we can see a monthly time frame. If we are to break around this, if we are to push down, we're gonna expect the market to first to break this low right here. If we are to break this low, then we're gonna expect a bit of a free fall from a dollar coming all the way down around this area right here, which is gonna be our confirmation when it comes to the gold, because the gold is still expecting it to go all the way up, right? So that's what we're gonna expect. Then if we go for a dollar index, for a yen index, which is the yen basket, we can see uh it playing below this price right here. So if this price still holds, we're gonna expect the market to start moving all the way down to this price, which is 7475. So on this price right here, that's where now we're gonna be expecting a pound yen to start moving all the way up to our target that we expected, which is the 173, right? So if you look at that and also look at this, you can see that it goes hand in hand, right? Which is, yeah, it go hand in hand. So we're just going to be monitoring it and also taking opportunities where on an intraday until it reaches our target. And also don't always be ready to adapt because the market can change at any time, right? Because on the weekly time frame, we're still healthy on that. We still created a new high right here as we broke this one with the spike. And then also we created a higher low, so now we created a higher high. So even if we are to go down a bit, we still bullish on pound yen until it shows some changes on it. And we're just gonna be waiting for any confirmation for any changes. For now, we are still bullish on a yen on a long term on a swing. Then the on a pound yen. Then if on an intraday we can still be bearish on it. We can still change at any time and be bullish on it because simply just intraday, right? So thank you very much, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. We're gonna be looking at other pairs as well next time when you analyze, and then we're gonna keep on to upload more videos where we're going to be breaking down the chart, right, of different pairs, getting updated with it. Thank you very much.